Yeah. Don't want to go into any office.
Yeah.
Don't really deal with much.
Low
So we'll
pressure,
see
low
if I
touch.
find something.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I talk a good game. I might be, sitting home doing nothing and skipping the side hustle thing. I'll just read books.
As long as it's something keeping the brain fresh.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, that was my the chair of my 6:30 meeting.
Any signs of the chair of your 6 o'clock meeting?
No, she was going to be here. We need one more, and our new member, Mr. Miller, was going to show up, and Nikki was going to show up. I saw Nikki yesterday. She actually came by and signed the LIP application for Pequannock and Morse. Let me hit mute and give her a call.
I might reposition where I'm at, so I'll be back.
Sorry, everyone.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Hi.
Thank you. Sorry, I was just picking up my fiance from the train station and got caught behind a slow driver. So sorry about that.
Yes, I part of my commute is going up the Turtle Pond Parkway, and about 60% of the time it's okay. I'm now stuck behind this very slow person the entire length of the road, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here is Nikki. Okay, great. There she is. Excellent. And I haven't heard from Ernsto. I can try giving him a call, but we only have like 20 minutes for this meeting. So let's see if he picks up.
You have a quorum though, don't you?
We do, but I always feel bad if I don't make the effort to, reach out, because I know he's got a very busy life. Oh,
But you're the one that has to do another meeting at 6:30.
I sure do. Who scheduled this?
Sorry.
No worries. Got voicemail? All right.
Yeah, he's at the beach.
Yeah, it's certainly weather
Today's
for
weather,
it.
I think we all could have gone to the beach.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Would've
nice.
been
So crazy.
Let me start the recording, and then Nikki, if you want to call us to order, and then I can read the remote reading meeting instructions.
Welcome,
and-
Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice to meet
Nice
you
to
all as
meet you,
well.
Andrew. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We will start our October 4th, 2023 meeting of the Easton Affordable Housing Trust. It's been a while since we've last met. And has everyone had a chance to review the the last meeting minutes from April 27th?
Yes,
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? No, just do me and yes.
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes?
Stacy, yes.
And Andrew, you can vote to accept the minutes if you've
Okay.
read them,
Yes.
or you can abstain. It's your choice.
No, I didn't realize that. Okay, yes. Yeah, I did read them.
Okay.
Obviously, I wasn't there, but yes.
Okay.
Great. Wayne, my name is kind of cut off on one side, so it shows Amy is absent, but then my last name is I'm present. I'm not sure if it's when I printed it or what, but just so you know, that's like the format.
Were you there?
I was there, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
right? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the format can get weird. And then also, I think we're required to read the remote meeting procedures for Zoom meetings.
sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. It has been since April.
Yeah.
This meeting will be conducted remotely over Zoom. Attendance by board commission members will be remote. Remote attendance shall count toward quorum. The meeting may be broadcast live and will be recorded on ECAT. While conducting meetings remotely, we will endeavor to keep meeting operations as close to our standard procedures as possible. However, use of this platform will necessitate some additional meeting protocols. While the board members or commissioners and applicants will be on video and audio, public participants will join the webinar as attendee, meaning they are muted with no video feed from them. During the public testimony portion of the meeting, members of the public can be recognized by using the raise hand function found under participants from Zoom, or make a request with the Q&A function. Board members are asked to announce themselves when making a motion and second, so that it will be clear to the audience and minute takers who made motions. All votes will be by roll call.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Okay, so next up is our discussion of, is it 69 Howard? I just lost my agenda. Is it 69 Howard?
Correct.
Okay. Wayne, do you want to do a quick briefing?
Happy
Hold
to.
on a second.
So,
I'm jumping in for 10 seconds here. Andrew's just a new volunteer who jumped on board here.
Yes. Do you want me to answer that, Wayne?
okay.
Quick intro?
Yeah. Do you want me to,
Yes.
yeah. Do you want me to? Yeah, I can do a quick intro. Yeah. So, my name's Andrew Miller. I am an Easton resident for the past almost 3 years now. I live over on Welch Road, off 138, and I participated in the Easton Citizens Academy that wrapped up this summer, which kind of gave me a first, kind of a behind the scenes look at how Easton town government works. And I got to visit all the different sites and learn a little bit more about, sort of peel back the curtain a little bit. And when I finished that program, I offered to volunteer on a committee. And at the time, Dottie had mentioned this committee and thought this would be a good one for me to jump on, and I was ecstatic about it. So I was happy to be able to join. And Wayne and I had met previously about a month ago, and he kind of gave me the 411 on everything. And I've read all the documents and kind of have gotten up to speed a little bit, but I'm glad to be here.
Awesome.
Oh, welcome.
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 Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Look forward to meeting you and getting to know you a little bit better. I know that I'm sorry that your first meeting is under such a time constraint, but I want to make sure Wayne's not going to be too late for his next abutting meeting. So
Totally get it. Yep.
thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Wayne, if you want to go over 69 Howard quickly.
Sure. So, Properties that are under forestry or agricultural recreational use can pay reduced taxes if they're enrolled in a tax program called Chapter 61. Part of enrollment is when they are sold for a different use, the town can have a right of first refusal, and they can exercise that right of first refusal. And what triggers it is if the seller has a bona fide offer. So then during the title process, the town is notified that here's a bona fide offer for the property, and the town has 120 days from notification to decide to exercise its right of first refusal. The select board is the entity that would exercise that right. On September 18th, the town got notice that a 1.38 acre parcel at 69 Howard Street in South Easton has a signed purchase and sale offer for $200,000. And I also did a little bit of due diligence. The property has wetlands off the property, and it has recently passed a perk test. So it is a developable parcel. As I said, 1.38 acres for $200,000. In the past, the Affordable Housing Trust has issued RFPs, has acquired property through various methods, and then issued RFPs for development as affordable housing. Sometimes it's for group homes, sometimes it's with South Shore Habitat for Humanity that develops 1 or 2 affordable ownership units. Currently, South Shore Habitat is wrapping up its permitting and hopes to close soon on parcels the trust has done, 26 Pequannock and 10 Morse Road, which is another parcel that came out of Chapter 61 a couple of years ago that the town exercised its right of first refusal on. That one was $220,000 for that one. And I also checked with town council, and an appraisal is not required. It's all we have to do is pay the bona fide offer, and looking at comps for similar developable parcels in town, $200,000 is, I believe, fairly well below a market purchase price. So the question before the trust tonight is, and I included some potential vote languages in my cover email. One, would the trust want to ask the select board to exercise the town's right of first refusal? And then 2, would the trust want to supply the $200,000 of funds to purchase it? So that's the quick overview.
Thank you. And looking at what we have available.
Yeah, the third thing is I thought that a question might be, what do we have available? So I went and talked to the town accountant, and she gave me the current snapshot of the trust's funds, and she also said that the $223,500 from this spring's town meeting, she has not added that into it yet. She will do that soon. So we've got about $830 to spend, and then with the 223.5, we'll have a little over $1 million in available funds.
And this would come from the Small Development General Fund, which currently has $434,566.33 before the allocation.
Right.
So the allocation is just under 200, and then we would be spending that, or potentially spending that 200,000 for Howard Street. So it's would be bringing us post allocation, if we were to go forward with this, to 410,566.33. Okay.
So I can make motions, but I don't have the verbiage in front of me, so.
I have the verbiage. Is there any discussion? Does anyone have any questions or any feelings or comments on this? I think it's a great opportunity, and this is kind of like what I always say, you know, these opportunities come rarely, and it's really great to have the resources to be able to seize the opportunities when they come up like this. So that's just my 2 cents. I think it's a great opportunity that we should go for. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay,
When
Awesome.
land lands in our lap, we take it.
especially nowadays. So
And
I
there's
can,
no other cost to us other than the purchase of the land, correct? Because from their habitat takes it and we're,
I suspect that there may be recording fees.
Okay,
You know,
the
for the
small-
deed and some legal, yeah, incidental.
okay,
And
Perfect.
then what we've done in the past with the RFP, when Habitat does respond, they ask for a fairly modest $30,000 or $35,000 grant historically to help defray their costs, which the trust has been open to in past deals. But yeah,
perfect. Just trying to see the full big picture of impacts and the
Yeah.
overall budget. So that's fantastic. No more questions from me.
awesome. Okay, well, I can make the motion. I hereby move that the Board of Trustees of the Town of Easton's Affordable Housing Trust request the Easton Select Board to exercise the town's right of first refusal for 69 Howard Street for creation of affordable housing using $200,000 from the Affordable Housing Trust for the purchase.
I second that motion.
Justianian, yes.
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
ACS?
Miller, yes.
Did I read the, all right, so there's a second motion. And is the second motion in addition to the first? I'm reading it right now.
I think so. Yeah, it would be
Okay.
good to formally allocate money for this
Okay.
purpose at this meeting.
Okay, so I will hereby further move that the Board of Trustees from the Town of Easton Affordable Housing Trust Fund vote to supply the purchase price of $200,000 from available funds for the purchase of a certain parcel of land totaling approximately 1.38 acres plus or minus, located at 69 Howard Street and identified by the Easton Assessor's Office as map 20R, parcel 86. Should the Easton Select Board exercise the town's right of first refusal for said parcel, and further to authorize myself, Nikki D'Soumian, as Chair of the Affordable Housing Trust, to execute and enter into any and all documents necessary to effectuate the acquisition of this property.
I second that motion.
D'Soumian, yes.
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
ACS?
Miller, yes.
Okay.
And then there's also in a second email, the town accountant suggested allocating some funds from the $223,500 annual town meeting allocation. I think the trust would benefit from a longer and deeper conversation about budgets, priorities, and sub accounts. But if as part of this discussion, now that the trust has committed $200,000, if they would consider the allocating $47,100 to the affordable housing admin budget line and the remaining $176,400 to the small development general budget line.
I think that's reasonable. I can make a motion to allocate from the $223,500 fiscal year 2024 CPA fund, $47,100 to the CPA Affordable Housing Administration budget line, and the remaining $176,400 to the small development general budget line.
I'll second that motion.
D'Soumian, yes.
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
ACS?
Miller, yes.
5 minutes.
Almost done.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, just a quick question. How are the properties that were last year, the other 2 properties Habitat Humanity had purchased, how are those, is that going? Are those complete?
No, there were on 2 different acquisition trajectories in 2020. COVID hit, everything slowed down, picked back up again. We put out the RFP, Habitat responded. They are going through their permitting now. But Quanticut is, they've gotten their required variance. It's an undersized lot. So they are hoping to close by Friday the 13th. actually, and Nikki, should that happen, we'll hope you can come by and provide a notarized signature on the deed. And associated with that will be a affordability covenant. And then Morse Road is probably going to be early November at this point because it's hoping to be a 2-family. And that's a special permit from the planning board, which had some questions, suggestions about their draft plan at their last meeting. So that hearing was continued until October 16, where hopefully they will get approval and then move forward then.
Great. Thank you.
How big was the lot of land at Morse?
1.04, I cannot remember. I think it's smaller than this one. I don't know that this property would be suitable for 2-family for various reasons, but yeah, so a little bit smaller than this one, I believe.
And it costs more money.
It did.
Okay, should we, do we have time to do trust board reorg, or do you wanna do that?
I think we have time for that one.
Okay. Well, I'm willing and able to continue on as chair if everyone
Great.
is
I'm happy
okay
to
with
serve as
that.
clerk as well. I'm happy to serve as clerk.
Great. Okay, so we need a vote for that. So
Do I need to motion those 2 positions?
Yes, please.
I motion that Nikki Destumian remain as chair and that Amy Roderick,
Rodriguez, yeah.
okay, remain as, is it secretary or clerk? Or assistant?
Clerk, yeah.
Okay, and clerk of the Affordable Housing Trust on this day going forward for the next year. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Destumian, yes.
We need a second.
Oh, sorry.
Second,
Thank you, Wayne. Destumian, yes.
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
Stacy, yes?
Miller, yes.
Okay, Wayne, you kind of just gave our Quanticut and our 10 Morse Road update. Thank you. MBTA communities discussion.
So this is a very big zoning effort in town. It's a state mandate that 177 communities in Eastern Massachusetts provide about 50 acres of as-of-right multifamily zoning up to 15 units per acre. Nikki served on a task force about 1.5 years ago, identifying several potential areas. The planning board has narrowed it down to 3 potential areas for consideration. There's some draft zoning going on, language that's been put together. All of this is on the town website. Go to the planning board and you'll see a clickable link at the very top of the planning board page. This is MBTA community zoning, and there's all the information you could ever want right there. As the public outreach and information effort picks up in the next month or 2, it is hoped that members of the Affordable Trust will participate and be advocating for affordability and so forth. We have a grant from the state. We've contracted with a consultant to do an economic feasibility analysis. What I mean by this is the guidelines for the draft zoning say you can only have 10% of the units affordable at 80% area median income. You can expand that number up to 20% of units affordable at 80% or below area median income, but you need an economic feasibility study to show that it is feasible for a developer to build it. So we got a state grant. We've contracted with a firm to provide that analysis so that we can hopefully increase the affordability quotient in this as-of-right zoning above the minimum 10% currently allowed. But there will be an advocacy component to whatever the analysis yields to trying to get that included in the final zoning language. There is a public information meeting. It's via Zoom. It is next Wednesday,
Yeah, the 11th.
October 11 at 7. So you're strongly encouraged to click in to learn more and hopefully to participate. And if you feel so moved, to advocate for more affordable and more housing options in Easton, if that is something you would be comfortable doing. So that is the quick update on that. And then for updates to the CPC and Select Board, Nikki, the next CPC meeting relevant to the trust is consideration of the trust CPA funding application, and that's going to be November 16. So at some point we should give an update to the CPC about the trust activities, but as you had signaled at your previous appearance, I think that was last month, we'll wait until after the special town meeting and the possible debt exclusion stuff goes, because then we'll, I think, have a clearer sense of what we may be choosing to embrace. So that could happen later this year or next spring, but we should be contemplating doing some sort of informational update to both the CPC and ultimately the Select Board in the next several months.
Okay. Definitely.
And okay. Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
So moved.
3 minutes.
Okay.
Second, or
Okay.
thank you all. Just you mean yes?
Sheedy, yes.
Rodriguez, yes.
ACS?
Miller, yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you,
And
everyone.
Thank you all.
hopefully
Nice
we'll
to
meet
you,
again.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you,
Looking
Andrew.
forward to seeing you all again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks,
All right.
Wayne.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.